All right, guys. It has been like I think an entire year maybe since I last posted on this channel specifically. I have another channel that I do more businessy stuff on what I currently do. So I kind of abandoned this channel, but I think it's time to start bringing up this channel again. This vlog channel. I'm not gonna be doing vlogs. In fact, I'm actually gonna just update you guys on where I'm at. Obviously, I'm not home. I'm not in the same background. I'll just update you guys where I'm at and then like the future of this channel. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So if you don't know who I am for whatever reason, my name is John Lindula. I'm a 19-year-old entrepreneur, and I actually just dropped out of college, kind of, and moved thousands of miles away from home. We're in my home in Lamars, Iowa, and Sioux City, I guess, because that's where I was at college, all the way to Long Beach, California, which is like, if you don't know, 40 minutes away from LA. So SoCal. I moved to SoCal. Um, Again, it's been a minute since I last made a video on this channel, and it's partially because like I wasn't proud of the vlogs that I was making. Like it felt forced, very forced, whereas in the beginning, it felt very like it was my creative outlet. You know, I could just be whoever I wanted to be. I could document my entire life. I didn't have any pressure, but as I kept making videos and as the work piled on and as I became more busy, it was very difficult for me to sustain the quality of vlogs that I was giving. So either I would take a long time to make a decently good vlog, or I would just lower the quality of the vlog in order to get it out on time. And both of those did not satisfy me whatsoever, and I hated doing it, so I just stopped making the vlogs. But I'm here now, and I'm not gonna be making vlogs anymore, at least for a while, not until I feel like I'm comfortable and I have the time to do it. But I'm still gonna be doing this thing called John's Diary. So I'm hoping every Saturday, I sit down and record this like a video. I don't know. I'm not gonna have like a schedule, hard schedule. I just want like on the weekend at least. But preferably Saturday. I just sit down at night and I record what happened in the week, what's currently going on with my life lessons, thoughts, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like my journal, but I said diary because John's Diary sounds cooler than John's Journal. I like that. JJ. I'm gonna leave that. JJ. So this is John's Journal, I guess, episode 0. We'll say that because I feel like this is more introductory as to where I've been, but enough on like what I'm going to do. Let me update you more on like kind of what's happened in the past year. So I think the last time you guys saw me, at least on this channel, it was summer of 2025. It's currently 2026, but summer of 2025, and I had just graduated high school, and I didn't want to go to college. Honestly, I didn't really want to go to college. But you know, I already signed up for college. I got admitted to a college. My parents were really happy and everything like that. So I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna go to college unless I can make this business thing work. So summer of 2025, I just grinded my butt off. I was just working, just trying to make sure that I don't go to college. Try to hit my first 5K a month, 10K a month. Neither of those happened. In fact, I don't think I even surpassed 2K, which is kind of sad. Um, but what ended up happening is I went to college. I went to Morningside University, and you know, the first semester was different. It was different because this was the first time I was away from my friends, my family, um, and it was just a whole new pool of people and a whole new lifestyle, a lot more freedom. I don't really think I changed, honestly, for the majority of the first semester. I didn't talk to nobody. My roommate barely. Shout out if you're watching this. But I didn't even talk to him that much. I just stayed in the dorm and I just worked on the business. Like I tried many different things from the summer in first semester of college, like video editing. I'm now a creative director, but I was just dabbling in that, trying to learn how to do that. Mentorships, content coaching. Like I just tried to make this content thing, this business thing work. And I found a couple success, but none where I was like, oh, like this is like something I can go full time into. But I kept working, never went out to party, never went out or any of those kind of things. I made a couple friends, maybe one or two in the first semester, but nothing too crazy. Second semester, things kind of picked up in my college life, and I met a couple more friends. Shout out to you guys if you are watching this video. In terms of business, I actually found, not found, but he reached out to me, but it was from, hold on, my light just like disappeared. He actually reached out to me, but essentially I met this guy named Jacob. Um, and this was in February of 2026. And he reached out to me. He's like, yo, we might be looking for a creative director. Would you be down to hop on and work with us? And I was like, yo, this is a crazy opportunity because he's willing to train me and teach me more about content, the stuff that I already didn't know. Because I was very good at the time at the production side of things of how to make a video look good, but not on the systems and business part of content. So I was like, yo, this is a crazy opportunity. Of course, I low key begged him in February to like, yo, let me help you, let me on, because January I hit my record month of 3.5K in a single month, so $3,500. February, everything went crashing down. Clients left, people didn't pay me, all that kind of stuff, and I was down to like $200 a month, and I had like no clients, so I was cooked. I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I begged him. He's like, all right, you know what? We were gonna do it later, maybe in the summer, but we're gonna do it now. And I was their creative director. And in March, I think, I'm not gonna say the specifics of the numbers because I don't know if they would let me. They probably would, but regardless, for privacy's sake. But we hit a certain amount in March, and I shot back up to 3.5K. So that was with a couple other editing clients that I had at the time, but with their help, I was able to hit that benchmark. I think I made like $2,500 off of them, which was like crazy because I've never, for the work I was doing, I had never been compensated that much. I always equated working very, very, like a lot of hours, a lot of time, hard work to how much you get paid. And that was just obviously not the case, especially with video editing. But working with them, that showed me that different path. So I was like, yo, this is a big opportunity. I just hit a record month. I want to do this full time. I knew that I wanted to do creative direction full time. After the minute that I started working with them, mind you, Jacob is like 20 and Jonas is like 19. I was 18 at the time, but I was like, I want to do this full time. Now, there was an event hosted at the college of some of my past clients, my past video editing clients, at their college, UIUC. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to UIUC and go meet up with them. And 2 weeks prior to going to meet up with them, Jacob and Jonas both asked me, yo, what would you say if you wanted to like move down here to SoCal and live in our house? We would pay for rent. You just got to worry about food, and you can help us make content, and you can help us scale. And at first I was like, yo, I could never do that. Never, ever, ever do that. Like, I can't drop out of college. There was like 2 months left. What would my parents think? How would I tell everybody? All that kind of stuff. But after thinking it through, like literally that same week, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start taking charge of my own life. I'm going to start doing what I want to do. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just YOLO, I guess, YOLO. And so that same week, I changed my ticket from going to Chicago. I was supposed to be in Chicago for a week and then come back to college. I changed it so it would go from Chicago straight to LA, right? LAX, the airport. So fast forward, I go to Chicago. I meet a couple online people. I meet my past clients. I meet a good friend of mine. Like, it was just amazing. I absolutely loved Chicago. That was my first time solo traveling too, and that was freaking awesome. I definitely will be doing that again. In fact, I'll be doing it really soon. I'm going to Austin next week, but no, not next week, 2 weeks. But regardless, like, I went there, Chicago, and I was supposed to leave to go back to college or go back to Iowa on Friday, but I changed my ticket. So I changed my ticket so it would be on Thursday. So when I landed here on Thursday, I met up with them. They were super sick, super chill, very nice hospitality. The room that I'm currently staying in is the room that they obviously introduced me to. I have my own bed, desk, lighting, room, all that kind of stuff. So I am safe, mom and dad, if you are watching this video. But telling them was the most difficult thing I've probably ever done in my life, just because like they already had a certain notion for me. Like, I'm the oldest child out of four. I'm the oldest. Three siblings. They're all looking up to me. I'm also a first gen in my family. Like, all of my family was born back in Africa and Congo, the DRC, and I was born here in America. And I'm like I think I'm the first Lundula that was born in America, and so I have a big responsibility. And I just dropped out of college, or I at least just like left college, right? They withdrew me, but I like to say drop out because it sounds cooler. But they withdrew me out of college, and when I told my parents that like I was originally not coming back, they were just in shock, in shambles, and it was just one of the most difficult feelings that I could ever express. But at the same time, it was one of the most freeing because I realized I was now finally doing the thing that I wanted to do. I was now finally living the life that I wanted to live. Like, when I got to California, it genuinely felt like a movie. I had never been to any other state other than Illinois and Iowa and Wisconsin. So to go to a state like California, especially Long Beach, where it's just sunny all the time, it's warm, it's vibrant, it's just insane. It was just like a movie. And when I landed down here, I was just like, you know what? I know it was a difficult decision, but there's no way I could go back. There's absolutely no way. Now, fast forward a little bit more, I went back the next week to officially say like bye to everybody. Took myself out of the dorm because I actually just left the dorm, and I literally left everything. I literally just left like that. But I went back to the dorm, cleaned up all my stuff, checked out, stayed with my family for like a week, and then came back here. And it's from there, it's just been, scaling, working on the business, creating content for Jacob and Jonas out here. We literally went to Japan beginning of May. It's May 30th now, but we went to Japan May 1st to the 14th. Turned 19 on May 19th, so I hit my golden birthday in LA, which was awesome. A lot of things have happened in the past like 2 months-ish that has what I call my canon event. Just an event that it changes the trajectory of your life. And I'm gonna try and have like a message that I want to preach, I guess. Both of my parents are pastors, so this is quite ironic, but I want to have at least a message that I want to preach in each of these journal sessions. I guess the one for this one would be just like, it's not going to be like follow your heart, because that sometimes doesn't work. But just try and think like, is the life that you're currently working towards, is that actually what you want to do? Or is that a preconceived notion that somebody gave you? Because I thought that, college is what I have to do, right? But when I was 14 years old, and some of the people who are watching this video are probably my school classmates, so they probably saw me. I was literally working on business the entire time. YouTube channel, I grew that to like 1,000 subscribers or something. Editing, I was making some money off of that. Online business, I was making some stuff off of that. I remember a teacher of mine, her name was Mrs. Gomez, or Miss Gomez. I don't think she's married. Miss Gomez, literally in my comp class, every single time, I would sit in the corner and I would work on my business every single time. And now I'm out here. This isn't to say I've made it. I mean, I've yet to hit a 5K month. I've yet to hit a 10K month. But I will already say this is 10 times better than the life I was living in Iowa. I think that Iowa was just barren. But the decision and the opportunity for all this to happen only came from asking myself, is the life that I'm working towards actually something that or is the work that I'm working towards, is the work I'm doing actually going to build the life that I want to live? That's what I had to think in order to really decide okay, no, it's not. I'm in college, I'm in these classrooms. The stuff that they're teaching me in the classrooms doesn't pertain to me at all. I was going to be a marketing major. I was going to get a marketing degree. but I didn't like the marketing that they were teaching. I didn't resonate with it. I thought it was old. Like, I thought it was outdated. And as a creative director who was already helping people make thousands per month with content, and then I came to the classroom and then I would listen to what the teachers were teaching, and it was like literally a complete 180. I was like, this is not for me. But I'm not gonna rant too long. I just wanted to like tell you guys where I'm at. I'm safe. This is, I mean, like, for my parents, like, I'm safe. I'm okay, right? Um, I definitely want to go back and visit Lamar's in Iowa again, see all my friends. I think the fair might be in like 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks, in like a month and a half. A month and a half. So in July, I may go back. Who knows? But yeah, I just wanted to update this, guys, on your channel. JJ, I don't know. JJ's kind of sounds crazy, but John's journal is something I want to try and do weekly. Just like give a message, give my random thoughts, and whoever listens listens, and whoever doesn't listen doesn't listen. So that's fine. But that being said, I actually have quite a decent amount of work I still need to do, but I wanted to make this a priority. So I'm gonna end off the video here. Make sure you like and subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video next week. Peace.